This is Queer Voices.
And this is J.D. Doyle. Usually you only hear music introduced by me on my once-a-month Queer Music Heritage Show, but tonight we're live in the studio with a special reason. I've got 3 performers who happen to be in town on their way to another event, and I talked them into coming down and playing live. They are Freddie Freeman. Say hello, Freddie.
Hi, JD. Good to be here.
Sean Kagalis.
Howdy, JD.
And Jay Freeman.
Hi there. Thanks for having us.
Now, Jay and Freddie have the same last name. They are partners. Yeah. That's just coincidence. The name part, not that they're partners.
We didn't change it.
Nope.
So let's talk first with Freddie. Freddie, I've got an advantage. I've known him about 10 years. Mm-hmm. In fact, I met him before he did his first CD.
You did.
And I've been supporting his music ever since, so this was a treat to get him in here and do it live.
Wow, I'm really happy to be here.
So, how many releases have you had? And also, I know you're a producer. Talk about that.
I've had, one demo recording called Waiting for an Echo years ago, and then I released my first full-length album in 2006. So it's been a while since I released anything. But I've been producing other people. I also really enjoy producing other artists. I produced some of my peers. I produced an album for Charles K. Brown, which I'm really proud of. It's called Trouble Is. And I just finished an album for Michael West called Shine. That's going to be released next week. And I really enjoyed that. Really enjoy it a lot. But I think I've had my fill of that now. I think I'm ready to do my own album again.
Well, the album he produced for Charles K. Brown ended up on my Best of the Year show.
Thank you very much.
So that's a compliment not only to Charles, but to Freddie.
Thank you. Thank you.
I got a lot of input into what songs these guys are going to sing. We're going to try and squeeze in 2 each.
Okay.
And one I particularly wanted Freddie to hear. Tell us about it, please.
Okay. Well, I'm very eclectic. There's a lot of sides to me musically, and one of my sides is country. I grew up listening to country music from my grandmother and my father's side, and I just thought, we need a queer country anthem, and I hadn't heard one before. So I wrote this song about breaking stereotypes.
You've done that quite a bit with, there's no song for this, I'm going to do it.
I suppose I have.
Yeah, you have.
Tell them where you wrote this song.
Oh, the irony is that I wrote this song on the New York City subway. But I was listening to a lot of country music at the time. So
he takes a boy out of the country.
Yeah. What's the title of the song? And then go right into it.
It's called I'm Here, I'm Queer, and I'm Country.
Take it away.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I grew up in a mountain town. My grandma used to play me all those country songs. Hank and Patsy were mighty fine. Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton are heroes of mine. I'm a good old boy like the one next door, but a little bit different and a little bit more. Gonna shout it out loud and clear. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm country. I don't like disco or queer as folk, those queer-eyed guys that make me wanna choke. I like a nice cold beer and a bluegrass band. I can do a little two-stepping with my man. He's a southern boy with a heart of gold. Gonna marry him and love him till we're gray and old. And we're not just gonna disappear, 'cause I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm country. You can throw out all your stereotypes, 'cause you can't use them to define my life. Maybe that cowboy standing next to you misses his man and his mama too. If you're proud, shout it out loud. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm country. Let's hear some queer guitar. Don't go no putting your chains on me, 'cause real life ain't like reality TV. Open your mind to diversity. We could have a barbecue, we could all be free. We could spend our time spreading more love, whether you're straight or bi or trans or queer, or rock and roll or rap or blues,
2, 3.
or country. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm country.
They asked me not to sing along.
Just couldn't help yourself, could you?
I didn't. Jay's doing percussion. Tell us about what you're playing.
I am playing an African drum called a djembe.
Spell that.
D-J-E-M-B-E.
Okay, I've heard of that. And how long have you been playing music with Freddie?
Oh, Lord. With Freddie? I don't know. It's kind of been a gradual process since I met Freddie in 2004 and went to my first Barapalooza. It just kind of just evolved into that, you know, and I started singing, and he realized I could sing, and he realized I was a drummer at heart, and it just kind of evolved, and it's gotten more and more and more and more, and I'm loving it.
We do the djembe instead of a full kit.
Yeah.
It's easier to travel with a djembe. You know?
Now, you mentioned, Jay mentioned Barapalooza. Freddie's are you the founder of Barapalooza?
Yeah, I founded Barapalooza. In fact, the 10-year anniversary is coming up in November. It's been 10 years.
In a nutshell, what is Barapalooza?
Well, it's a collective of different individual artists who identify as bears. We have shows all over the country, and, you know, there might be like 5 or 6 acts at a show, and it showcases the talent in the community.
And you're on your way to one in Dallas.
We're on our way to the largest bear run in the country. It's called Texas Bear
Largest
Roundup.
one of the year?
Largest one, yeah, in the world. In the country or the world?
Country, yeah.
Yeah, and it's our first time playing at this one. And they're having Barapalooza for 3 shows.
And this is your first time in Houston.
It's my first time in Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I found out Freddie was on the way, and better yet for me, they're going to be here on a Monday night.
That worked out real good, right?
Hey, I know artists that come to town from time to time, but they're not here on Mondays. You know, so this is perfect. You played previously in New Orleans?
We played in New Orleans, and we played here in Houston.
Yeah, they had a Sunday night gig at Tony's Corner Pocket, which, even though it was kind of put together at the last minute, it went pretty well.
It did, yeah.
We played Jacksonville.
We played Jacksonville, and it's a campground near Tampa, so we've been on a little bit of a tour. I figured if we had to go from Florida to Dallas, and we had some time in between, why not make a little tour out of it?
Like Working Girls.
Yeah.
Sean, tell us about your work.
Well, I've been writing songs and performing for about the past 20 years. My first actual gig was at 13 in a biker bar in Daytona Beach, near where I grew up. And I've been doing it ever since, but only recently have found my tribe with Freddie and Jay and the whole crew. I met Freddie about 6 months ago at a video shoot for one of his songs, and I played a few of mine after the shoot, and the rest is history.
How many recordings have you done?
I've actually recorded a total of 14 projects, but only 5 of them are readily available at shows and online. But I have a plan to get all of them in your hands, because I think they belong in your library.
I do too. They got to see my archives. They're staying with me. They got to see my archives this weekend. I've heard Lucky. That's your not your latest one, but the previous one.
Right.
And I was very impressed. So I'm looking forward to more of your work.
Thank you. Me too.
And tell us about the song you're going to do.
Well, the song happens to be off of Lucky. It's one of my most popular tunes. It's called Hocus Pocus. There's a lot of lyrics, and it basically was inspired actually by the teachings of the Osho Zen Tarot, and about transcendence and duality, and just kind of pulling it into my own experience. And it basically tries to show a way that we can transcend all of the illusions and all of the distractions out there and really get to the truth of what life is about.
Now say that more simply.
It's a song about fighting the power.
You said this would be good for a KPFT audience.
Absolutely. I saw the stickers that said "Radio for Peace," and this is actually a song that I think is a rally for peace. It's a little bit aggressive, but you know we have to grab ears, with both hands and really get our message across.
So what's it called?
Hocus Pocus.
Go to it.
It's been so long, and I'm not old, but time will have its way with my blood and my bones and everything I say. Yes, and I'm dreaming about something that makes sense, but I'm all worked out. Yeah, but I'll change to grow, yeah. Nothing concrete I really been after, just a general sense of laughter at the end of every day. I don't really want to prove a thing to ya, yeah. Just want to pass through, yeah. Oh, figuring out my way, figuring out my way. Yeah, 'cause I found nothing, just a bright darkness of possibilities. Because all I own is all I give, because the universe, it gives it back to me. Yeah, and it's not black, and it's not white, and it's not a good or a bad thing. Yeah, it just is, and I just try to accept the best that I can bring. Yeah, not the concrete I really been after, just general sense of laughter at the end of every day. I don't really want to prove a thing to ya, yeah, just want to pass through, yeah. Oh, figuring out my way. And there's a whole storm of change coming, only the fearful are running, baby, ignorant and afraid. Yes, and all that we call disaster is at the hands of the master of this game that's being played, of this game that's being played. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, the truth is that we all know better, but we save ourselves for the sunny weather. Not going to the source to get it together, stiff as a board, light as a feather. Hocus pocus, focus and see that all that drama is illusory, and all that pain was their plan, you see. So come now, people, transcend with me, digging deep and hard now every day to figure out just how to say what lived inside my guts for years, showing me bliss and giving me tears. Warped all the pages of what's been done, days of distress I thought were fun, not going anywhere, living on the run. I kept on doing though I said I was done. I kept on trying though they told me to leave, insisting that I would be me, trying like hell to make you see we are all the same thing ultimately. So strip your heart of all that fear and tell yourself why you are here. Baby, the past is past, now is near. Whoops there when it missed you, dear. But good news that it's always around, no matter what kind of clock is wound, no matter what rights they say you have. You have every right to fight back, you have every right to say your piece, to question the power of police, cause only ill plans are in powerful hands, stretched out all across these lands, all up in your mind so well that you really think there is a hell. You really think your life is worth a number of coins that are in your purse, and this disorder is what we share. So let's dismantle it all. Come on, 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 let's dismantle it all. It all, it all, it all, it all, it all, it all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And get somewhere, and get somewhere, and get somewhere, and get somewhere. have.
Everybody who thinks Sean has a great voice, raise their hands.
Thanks.
Wow.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You had a lot of words in that song, boy.
Yeah, I do.
Well, let's. I want to keep it going and get as much music in as possible. Freddie, tell us about your second song.
Oh, this is one of my newest songs. This is a song written for an upcoming documentary, actually. I wrote a theme song for it. It's about the bear community. And I think that instead of explaining to everybody what the bear community is, I mean, this song pretty much does it for me now. It's everything, all the philosophies of the community all rolled into one, and it's a lot of fun. The fully produced version is full on rock and roll, but we did up an acoustic version of it this afternoon. And
so this is the first live performance of this song?
Of this
version. Like this.
Yeah,
I usually sing it to a karaoke track, but this is the first acoustic unplugged version of it.
Okay, we got a treat coming.
Okay. You guys ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the world of bears. Why don't you just come on in? Nobody here really gives a damn if you're muscle, chubby, fat, or thin. You won't be judged for the way you look. Don't have to wear a disguise. We celebrate the natural man in every color, shape, and size. Grizzly bears and chubbies, otters, wolves, and guppies, smooth or covered with hair. Feeling proud and shouting out loud, a brotherhood of bears. Bear world spinning around in every country, city, state, and town. Bear world never gonna stop, loving loud and proud, living it up. Bear world. Bears are doctors and CEOs, building your houses and designing your clothes. Bears are helping their communities, delivering your mail and raising families. Bears are coming out of the caves, together in unity. We are a worldwide brotherhood, celebrating masculinity. Bear world spinning around in every country, city, state, and town. Bear world never gonna stop, loving loud and proud, living it up. Bear world. Bears are the world, time to unite. It's a bad world, my big might. I know we living right. No matter big or small, we're family, stay together. Bears of a feather, wolf together. Skinny but for heavy, every man is sexy. Check your attitude at the door. Yeah, we're living in a brand new world. Come on, let me hear the bears roar. Bear world. Ooh, it keeps on spinning. It's a bear world. Feeling proud, shout it loud. It's a bear world. Nothing's gonna stop us. A brotherhood of bears. Bear world spinning around in every country, city, state, and town. Bear world never gonna stop, loving loud and proud, living it up, living it up. Bear world.
Great job. Again, this is J.D. Doyle. You're listening to Queer Voices, and we have a live performance by Freddie Freeman, Sean Kagalis, and Jay Freeman. And I just want to throw up on Jeopardy, they would say, well, a toss-up question. For openly gay artists, what are the challenges you guys have to face?
That's an interesting question, JD, because I've been operating within that world so long that
You should know.
I don't know anything different now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel really blessed, actually. I feel like I've got a very supportive community and a niche audience that really supports what I do. And, I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm blessed to do what I love and to share it with people that appreciate it. So I guess I'm just sort of blind to the adversity at this point because I'm just so focused on all the good things and promoting good vibes and being an example of joy and feeling proud of yourself.
Not to mention meeting amazing new musicians like Sean Kagalis who inspire us and make us want to be better musicians. Either that or quit because we can never be that good.
Sean, go ahead.
I think initially it's a challenge for us all on some level because there isn't this, a community that we're aware of right out there, like, say in the straight community. However, with the advent of the internet, social networking and all that, we've really, we're finding each other. And I think that's one of the really cool things about what Freddy's doing and all the people who participate in Bearapalooza is that we are showing our numbers. And I think that the lesbian community kind of was a good example of showing the organization and the community building. And now it's happening with the regular guys. So.
Would you say GOBT artists have an advantage over just an independent artist?
If they're nice to their community, if they get along well with others.
Well, you said with social networking, you can find your community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Where just an indie straight artist, I'm not sure what they do.
I guess there are advantages to it. I mean, there's pluses and minuses to everything.
I remember when I was buying music, as a budding artist, I wanted to search out. I wanted to find the gay artists. I wanted to find the artists that I could connect to. So it's nice to know that we have that sort of audience out there that is looking for us, and we're looking for them more so than just,
So
And also, I want to relate to all people, but it's really nice to go to crowds where they're relating to us on that level, too. There's a very personal thing between us and our audiences, especially when we go to Bear things, because there's a shared sensibility. There's a lot of shared stuff about
sometimes
body image,
a little too personal,
and that too. But there's a lot of stuff about self-esteem issues and body image and masculinity that we connect with our audiences on. That's very personal.
Yeah.
So it gives us a really strong connection to the people we're playing for.
Is it any harder to get airplay than an indie artist would have?
Not at this moment.
Good answer.
And it also depends on how you define success too. I mean, like I said, I don't have big time radio play or big sales, but I feel successful because I'm connecting, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah. And we're having fun. I mean, it's been great. I've been playing shows from home via the internet for so long, and it's just great to be along for the ride with these guys and to see what's out there, to see the community, and we're going to see a whole lot of that community coming up later this week.
Are.
Oh, yes.
Jay, do you have any comments as a non-recording artist just watching this scene?
It's watching this scene, it's been, if you had told me, like when I was 20 or 25 even, that I would be on the road with these amazing musicians playing for people and getting these responses and getting tips and just... I wouldn't have believed you. I'm like, I grew up a dancer. Music wasn't, a thing that anybody knew I was passionate about. My parents didn't. And so being able to express music and be around these amazing musicians is just, it's a rock and roll dream come true. It really is.
Okay.
The feeling's mutual.
We got 5 minutes left, so Sean, you have one more song. Tell us about it real quick.
Yes, this song is called Legalize It, and it covers a number of topics that are of controversial nature currently. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but some of them include freedom of speech and gay marriage, and the song's called Legalize It. You ready, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm allowed to go out on a Saturday night, get loaded to the hilt, get torn up in a fight, get sick in my car, and on the way back home, I'm lucky if I don't kill anyone. I'm allowed to go in church the very next day with my gun in my hip as I kneel to pray, cause I wouldn't want anyone to get in my way of connecting with the God thinks that's okay. But I can't grow a plant that resembles trees, cause they say they do it safer in the pharmacies, and if I get caught holding, I'll be cuffed to my knees with a record and a date and a pile of fees. I don't just look down and hate it, we got to investigate it. I think it's so outdated, maybe this change is faded. I don't overanalyze it, you got to visualize it. Come on, stand up and rise it now.
It's time to legalize it. See, I could go online and meet lots of men who creep on the spouses again and again, and we can spread the disease there on the down low. Will we ever get tested? Hell no. And take dirty pictures of ourselves and share it with the universe and everyone else, cause we done away with decency underneath the facade of society. But I cannot take this one good man, stare into his eyes and hold his hand, and place on his finger a wedding band, 'cause 3/4 of y'all think that's what makes God mad. Oh yeah, I don't just look down and hate it. We got to investigate it. I think it's so outdated. Maybe this change is faded. I don't overanalyze it. You got to visualize it. Come on, stand up and rise it now. It's time to legalize it. I can say what's right and I can say what's wrong, but I'm crossing a line if I say it in a song. And we are the proud, we are the strong, and if you disagree, it's un-American. And as we manifest our destiny, we lock up half the country to protect the free. An industry built on punishing the sick is gonna get what's coming to it rather quick. And rules are ultimately man's way, are systematically shrugging off the blame. So in the end, it's their head that feels no pain over the fact that they've gone totally insane. Yeah, I don't just look down and hate it. We got to investigate it. How you think is so outdated. Maybe this change is faded. I don't overanalyze it. You got to visualize it. Come on, stand up and rise it now. Don't just look down and hate it. We got to investigate it. How I think is so outdated. Maybe this change is faded. I don't overanalyze it. You got to visualize it. Come on, stand up and rise it. Come on, Houston, gotta legalize it. You gotta legalize it, yeah. It's time to legalize it, yeah. It's time to legalize, you gotta legalize. It's time to legalize it, yeah. It's time to legalize it, oh. It's time to legalize it, legalize it. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Better when I want bum bum bum. Better when I want bum bum bum. Better when I want bum 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 bum. Whoa. Okay, all right. 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 Well, I could go out late on a Saturday night, get loaded to the hilt, get torn up in a fight, get sick in my car, and on the way back home, I'm lucky if I don't kill anyone.
Wonderful. That's Sean Kagalis, Kagalis, at SeanKagalis.com. Freddie, where are you?
Best way to find me is Bearapalooza.com. You can find all of us.
Thank you. A great live concert.
Thank you, JD.
You wouldn't hear anywhere else except Queer Voices.
Absolutely.